Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We are on episode 11 of Banana Fish. So last episode, man, I'll be honest, episode 9 emotionally drained me, and episode 10 was like a shot of adrenaline, like straight to my heart. Like it was so crazy. I wanted to know how they were gonna get out. Answered my questions. It all made sense, like Banana Fish does. I'm still worried. My existential dread is still there because even though I'm so happy that all four of the guys got out, totally glad. Abraham's gone. He is out of the picture. That was just crazy. Alexis is still out there, but Alexis has a little bit more moral high ground, I'm hoping, than his brother. But Abraham's done. Arthur being groomed to be Ash's replacement, not going so well. Everybody's out, okay? So, Ash and Eiji are pretty scraped up. They're pretty battered from this whole experience, both physically and emotionally and mentally. But yeah, our Jutlung, our Dragon Moon, taken off with the banana fish. Like, what a wild card. Somebody in the comments said that he's a big wild card, and I'm like, yes. He is our unknown force because he's very similar to Ash, very different from Ash, has totally different motivations. They're just kind of cut from they're cut with the same scissors. Their cloths cut with similar scissors. Say that 5 times fast. But my big concerns going into this episode, 1, the mansion is trashed. So Arthur and Golzine are going to show back up, find Abraham dead, find Banana Fish gone, find their armory blown up, most of their men dead, their cars smashed. Like it's a massacre. And so the aftermath of that really has me worried, because if Golzine wasn't pissed now, he gonna be mad for real. And I'm really worried about that. The other thing I'm really worried about is Dr. Meredith. In the back of my head, I was thinking last episode, I'm like, okay, Dragon Moon has the banana fish that Abraham and Golzine had, but 1, does Alexis have some stashed away? And 2, Dr. Meredith, we know Dr. Meredith has some. So is Golzine's men going to go after Dr. Meredith now to try to get back what they had lost? I don't know. I'm really concerned about that. But yeah, so the last episode was called Babylon Revisited, and so I did a little bit of research about that. It is obviously F. Scott Fitzgerald, takes place between 1929 and 1930. It's about the aftershock of the stock market crash in the United States. And so the opening lines are some of the most famous lines. I wanted to tell you all this because I think it's really, really impactful. I heard you lost a lot in the crash, meaning the stock market. I did, but I lost everything I wanted in the boom. And in the boom means during the 20s when things were really extravagant and people were gaining and the bubble was there and you had all this wealth. And then when the stock market crashed, it was all like swept up from under these people. So you lost a lot in the crash, but you lost everything you wanted before then. So I thought that related pretty well to the last episode. I also want to point out, thank you, fellow YouTuber, whose name I will put over here. Thank you for letting me know about the side story called Angel Eyes. That is a little side story for the manga. I read it at work one day and about cried my eyes out because I just recorded episode 9, and then she commented and was like, hey, you need to go read this side story before you watch episode 9. And I was thinking, it's too late, I've already watched it. And then I went back and read this side story and I cried all over again. So thanks. What it is, if you haven't read it, it's online, go check it out, but it's called Angel Eyes, and it talks about when Shorter first met Ash. And he met him in prison when Ash was 15, so 2 years prior to the events of this series. And it talks about Shorter's character is pretty much the same as he is now, but Ash's character was so hardened and just so stone cold. And the relevance of that whole side story is that Shorter keeps thinking that he's seen Ash somewhere, and he can't figure it out. And finally he does, and he realizes that Ash reminds him of an angel on a Christmas card that he received from his sister. And so he tells Ash, he's like, you remind me of the angel on my Christmas card. You have these eyes and this hair just like, and you look like a woman kind of. So having gone back and looked back at episode 9, when Shorter sees the angel and is temporarily drawn out of his state of banana fish, it makes so much sense, because if you'd read the short story, then it's like, oh, Ash reminds him of the angel, and that's what drew him out in that moment. So, if you've not read it, go read it, because it's so good. And it's just the themes of it. It explains so much about Ash's character, going from his being hardened to like having met Shorter softened him and taught him trust. And so going back and watching episode 9 after that just made it hit that much harder. I was like, man, still not quite over it, but episode 10 helped me move on just a little bit. But anyway, Babylon Revisited talks about time and the inevitability of past mistakes reoccurring, which sounds very ominous and also relates a lot to this last episode where Golzin's men, they dropped the ball. They probably should have killed Ash, but they didn't, and now he's gotten out. Dragon Moon took Banana Fish. It's about dislocation and alienation, absurdity and guilt, and hopelessness and disappointment, which I thought all three of those sets of themes relate not only to Ash, but also to Sing, because dislocation and alienation, Ash is obviously alienated from his gang right now. He's going to relocate. Sing has been dislocated from his gang by Dragon Moon. Absurdity and guilt, both Ash and Sing seem to feel guilty or absurd about, well, Sing not being able to confront Ash and Ash not being able to save Shorter's body. And then hopelessness and disappointment. Obviously, the beginning of episode 10, Ash was about as hopeless as you get. And then Sing's disappointment in not being able to compete or fight Ash. So, also, I know they're Chinese names and they have their own meaning in Chinese, but I think it's funny to me as someone that speaks English that we have Sing and Zhilung. Lung, I know it means moon, but lung and sing, in order to sing, you have to have air in your lungs. And so it's almost like, I know that they have Chinese meanings and it's not anything tied really to the Americanization of it, but I just think it's funny that Sing is really kind of dependent upon Dragon Moon at this point to help him. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, so really cool tie to Babylon Revisited. A lot more connections than I thought. But yeah, Angel Eyes, go check it out, y'all. It's if you want to bawl your eyes out over Shorter again. But thank you so much for recommending that. That was made my day at work, except for my coworkers being like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, it's fine. So anyway, we are going to start, finally, episode 11 here and just see what happens. So we're going to start this bad boy here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, yeah! Oh my gosh! It's like wrecked. Ah! Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. They reported it. Yes. Oh. 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 あんたが戻ってきたからにはもうオーサーのやつは食料と服を連絡を、あとフライにこれを用意するようタブレットを頼む。俺は2時間だけ寝る。2 hours of sleep. スイッチが切れるみたいに眠っちゃったよ。眠るときは。Oh. 2時間経ったら起こせよ。Yes, boss. Oh. Okay. Okay. I was wondering, I didn't get a chance to comment on this earlier, but I was wondering if eBay and Max were going to go back to Charlie. I was really curious. I was really curious if they were going to go back to Charlie since they knew that he was there. Because I'm like, that's kind of dangerous because we know that some of Charlie's unit is with Golzine, so it's like, who can you trust? But Charlie's pretty reliable, so... Or... I don't know if Charlie's reliable, but he's trustworthy. Oh, man. I'm glad we've already reconnected Ash with Eiji. I was afraid that was going to become a debacle, but no, already back. Already good. Eiji's probably cleaned up his wounds, got a fresh sweater. We're all set. And Golzine, like, not saying anything. We don't get to see his face or his eyes, really. Not good. And Arthur's nowhere in sight. Ugh, how dare you show me Shorter after all this? Oof.
一度やらせてくれ。
Oh.
私はお前に言ったはずだ。に掌握しろと。アッシュの手下どもは残らず片付けたはずだ。アッシュはまんまと逃走した。おかげでマスコミにあらぬ注目をされる羽目にもなった。バカめ。
Yep.
くそ。
Kick him to the curb.
2時間経ったよ。起こさなくていいの？
They're like, no.
何を怖がってるの？
アッシュは死ぬほど寝起きが悪い。
それだけ？
That's it?
寝起きのボスはライオンよりおっかねえんだぜ。
言われた通りしてこのざまだぜ。
Oh.
ならいいよ。僕が起こすから。
Oh no.
アッシュ起きて。時間だよ。起きろったら2時間だ
Oh.
ね。
Oh, Eiji.
あの前の日は
They're like, this man must be terrifying, like Ash.
おい、石鹸はどうした？シャンプーもねえぞ。
They're all whipped.
ショーターのこと聞かねえのか？
Mm.
君が話そうと思った時でいいよ。
Mm.
が永遠に奴らの手に渡らないようにしてきた。そう。ありがとう、アッシュ。
Oh. I like the way
アッ
the
シュの一つ一つの動作を。
I like the way the contrast of Eiji in the red and Ash in the
ボスは
blue.
命令を待ってる。彼らにとってボスは絶対。
Mm-hmm.
彼は王者なんだ。
Mm-hmm.
尊敬と畏怖と絶対的権利。
You're right on all accounts.
僕の知ってる彼
Ah.
は。
Yeah.
オーサーに吸収されたグループはほとんどだ。なんとか中立を保ってるのはチャイニーズを除けば
Ah,
二つだけ。
okay.
みんな仕返しが怖くて何もできねえのさ。奴のやりそうなことだ。オーサーは今頃は血眼になって俺を探してるだろう。奴の後ろにはコルシカマフィアがついている。
Mm.
だがその動きは俺が封じ。俺たちはできるだけ多く情報を集めろ。グループの人数、人種構成、ボスは誰か、ヤサはどこか。ただし十分に用心しろ。お前たちも危険であることに変わりはない。
They're all like, yes,
油断す
sir.
るな。行け。
Ash being the leader.
すごいリーダーシップ
Mm-hmm, yeah.
所詮猿山のことさ。それより飯食おうぜ。日本の豆腐だ。あいつら気を利かしたつもり。
Aww.
お箸の使い方がうまいね。日本で暮らす。
Aww.
日本か。お前家族は？両親と妹が一人。妹？きっと可愛い。
Aww.
全然。
Yeah, right, in a million years.
話すのは初めてだな。
Yeah, no.
もうずいぶん長く一緒にいるのに。そうだね。俺はお前のことを本当に何も知らない。
Oh.
お前の髪は真っ黒だ。目の色も深い闇の色だ。子供の頃は黒いものが怖かった。
Oh.
ハロウィンの夜、親父がかぼちゃでジャックオーランタンを作ってくれたんだ。そいつをかぶって近所を回って歩いたのさ。兄さん
Oh.
一人で森の中に隠れたんだが、辺りは真っ暗で。
Oh my gosh, this is the most precious thing in the world.
森の中からでっかいかぼちゃがゆらゆら。
Oh, but it was a reflection.
後で分かったんだけど、
Yeah.
あれ映った自分の姿だったんだ。あれ以来、かぼちゃが大嫌いさ。見るだけで寒気。なんだ何がおかしいんだ。
Oh.
今の話、人にしない方がいいと思うよ。マフィアを一発で仕留める君がかぼちゃ。
Oh my gosh, scared of a pumpkin.
こいつに教えてやりたいよ。役立たずのボディーガードよりかぼちゃの存在でもしよう。
Oh my gosh, this is the most precious thing, and it has to end now.
どうかした？ベッドの後ろに伏せろ。早く。
We can't have nice things.
はーい、俺だよ。ぶっ飛ばさないでくれよ、若旦那。
暗いか。
The fly. Oh.
ご希望のもんを用意してきたぜ。あんた仕様にしてやる。
Is the old-fashioned revolver similar to the gun that he shot that one man with when he was 8? Is that why he likes it?
だからさ、歯止めが効かなくなる。
あんただけってやつかい。
バカバカしい。
Who's ever heard of an honest murderer? Yeah, right?
ところね。
心配するな。時価40万ドルの翡翠だ。40万？
Ah, yeah.
いいだろそんな
None of your business.
暗号家の注文も受け付けてるぜ。
自分がぶち込まれてうるせえな。
Oh. This is foreboding.
とても戸惑ってるよ、アッシュ。じゃなく敵を殺す君と、かぼちゃ嫌いをからかわれ
Hates
て
pumpkins and pouts about it.
君と、一体どっちが本当の
They're both the real him, actually.
それとも、
Yes.
それは矛盾することなく同時に君の中に僕は時々、とて
Mm.
も不安になる。
なんだよ、さっきから俺の顔ばっか見て。
いや、まつげまで金髪なんだなって。
下もだぜ、見るか。
本当見せて。
Oh no, that's not what he meant!
冗談だってば。これほど身近にいながら、君がますます遠いところへ行ってしまう気がして。ごめん、痛かった？
痛かった。お前はどうか知らないが、俺はデリケート。
I have a delicate
こ
body.
んな雑に傷をいじられればすっごく痛い。
口に怪我すりゃよかったのに。そりゃ悪かった。何しろクキッチャなんだ。
Oh.
もんで。ところでデリケートなアメリカ人は不吉祥な日本人のサンドイッチを
Oh my gosh, I love this side of
入
Eiji.
ってなきゃな。
エイジなら大丈夫さ。
Oh.
アッシュは自分の命、危険を承知で連れて行った。そうせずにはいられなかった。
Mm.
さすがに今度ばかり。
Yeah, they both kind of need each other right now, especially Ash.
そうだな。俺も一杯もらおうかな。ああ、そうこな。エイジは不思議な子だな。こいつはなんだが、これといったとても善良で、もう悪くもアッシュのような強烈な個性も。
But I don't think he lacks personality. Eiji has personality. He's just very quiet about it.
不思議な力がある。
Mm.
そばにいる人間の気持ちを和ませる。
Yes.
アッシュとは真逆だ。
Yeah, Ash puts people on edge and Eiji kind of relieves them.
ケープコッドに行った時、彼らが持っているのが銃でさえなければ同じ年頃の男の子だ。だから声をかけるのが遅れて、アッシュは、その一瞬で彼は俺の心、さっきまでの表情は消え、いつもど不幸な子だと思った。
Yeah.
見つけてしまった。
Since
あいつはエイジという時
a long time ago. Yeah.
17のガキに。
Yeah, it's crazy to think Ash and AJ are just 17 and 19. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, buddy.
忘れようとしたんだ。ざまあねえな。ギャングのボスで男子。
Yeah, you've been through some stuff.
俺は8歳の時初めて人を殺した。レイプされたんだ。恐ろしかった。
Oh.
恐ろしくて声も出なかった。
Oh.
心では助けてと叫んでるのに、うめき声一つ出てこなかった。そいつを撃ち殺した時俺は泣いた。
Like when he shot shorter.
何も感じなかったからだ。俺は自分だけ
Like he
を
looked.
殺すなんて。今まで何人殺したかわからない。何も感じないんだ。何も。
アッシュ、アッシュ落ち着いて。何も感じてないなんてことはない。
Yeah.
君は傷ついている。とても。
Yeah, you're like hurt to the point where you can't feel it.
分かってるよ。君は僕を助けてくれた。君があのことで責めを負うなら僕も同じだ。今は何を言っても慰めにはならないのかも
Oh,
しれない。
Eiji.
でもこれだけは忘れないで。世界中が君の敵に回っても
Oh my gosh.
僕は君のそばにいる。君がもし迷惑じゃなければだ。
Oh.
じゃあ。
Does that mean you have to keep eating those nasty sandwiches?
そうさ。喜べ。
Oh.
豆腐サンドイッチはパーフェクトフードさ。
Oh, your health is safe. Oh.
そばにいてくれ。
Oh my
っ
gosh.
て言わない。今だけでいい。
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Like his neck is all like crooked over. With his glasses! Look at them glasses!
あ、いや、
まだ早い。
何してるの？
泥棒。
I'm stealing.
その、アッシュ。
無茶って。
それはつまり、
Well, yeah.
打ち合ったりとか。
ビビってんのか。
誰が無茶するだけが
Being reckless isn't the only way to be brave.
年上の言うことは聞こえ
I'm older, you should
失礼
listen.
しました。お兄ちゃん。
なんなんだよ、その立ち直りの速さは。ゆうべ泣きべそ書いてたのは誰なんだ。
お願いだよお兄様。僕とっても忙しいんだ。怒鳴るのやめてくれない？
たく、アッシュのやつ。まあいいか。俺の膝にすがって泣くなんて、あいつもまだまだ子供だぜ。
Ah.
え、そ
Ah.
んな近くあんのか。
太りたくない。
Why look at him with the dang... He looks like Eiji with the sweater and the glasses.
にしても、
他に行くところなんてないだろう。どうさ。
Oh, wait.
してくれ。お前みたいなでかい息子が。
Oh, it is Max.
こんな格好させて。
Oh, so they can be in, so they can talk together.
ね、話ってのは。
俺を探し回って。
Yep.
このままじゃ今いるところもいずれ見つかる。
エイジの身が心配なの。
俺といる方が安全だ。 あんたらいざって時。
まあそういうことにしてもらう。
Okay. Yeah, I didn't recognize Max with the mustache for a second.
丁目にマンションを買うからな。
Ah.
子供だからな。
どこに？あ、お前また何かやったのか。パパ。なんだ想像し。たった今ニューヨーク証券取引所から我が社のウェブスターエコム産業の株が今朝の寄り付きから大暴落していると。
What?
何？
大したことじゃない。主な証券会社に2000万円を出した。
Oh,
大
Ash!
量にな。
パパ大変です。今度はなんだ。グースのプール金が海外の口座に全額送金され。
Oh, you are kidding me!
タックスヘイブンの国々にディノの所属するコルシカ財団が持つ5つの会社。
Ash is... Oh, and you knew Dino and Arthur's gang. Goose!
だがこれらは実際には存在しない。利益を分散し租税をごまかす財団はこんなペーパーカンパニーをいくつも持っていて、グースはその中で最大規模のものだ。裏利益はざっと9000
Oh,
万。
snap.
そいつをそっくりいただいた。
誰かが外部からアクセス。だからハッキングなど不可能だ。それがパパリのご自身の ID が使用されたようでして。なんだと？それはわししか使えんはず。
奴の寝室へ自由に出入りできるのはお気に入りのペットだけ。あの変態じじいが盗作したセックスにしたって俺は別のことを
Oh.
考えてた。ペットが PC にスパイウェアを仕込むなんて想像もつかなかったのさ。いただいた金はもともとブラックマネーだ。
Oh, man.
奴は多大な損害を財団に与えたことになり、釈明のためマフィアのテーブルにつかざるを得ない。
Yeah. Oh, Ash.
俺は初めてお前の店に仕込んだ。
You're scary, Ash, but that's a bold move, Cotton.
としたら、そいつはお前の顔をしてるだろうな。
とにかくこれでしばらく奴を釘付けにしておくことができる。それでこの事件のことを調べてほしいんだ。犯人の女秘書は
Oh.
バナナフィッシュで操られたんだ。
Okay.
ありがとうございます。今書類をお持ちしますね。
And she's like, I just made a great sell.
人の金とはいえ、ほんとセレブになった気分だ。なんせ800万ドルの部屋を一括で買った
Holy crap.
何見てんだ。
あの右側のビルはコルシカ財団の持ちビルだ。
何？大胆なやつだな。
What did they... Yeah, what did they see if they snipe you?
地下にはスポーツジム、1階はスーパー。外に出なくてもことは足りる。
しかしエイジは結構向こう気が強いぜ。おとなしく株の鳥になってくれるかな。
なってくれなきゃ困る。あそこのことは当分誰にも言わないでくれ。今目立つと危険だ。
お前はどうするつもりなんだ。
知らない方がいい。あんたは頼んだことを調べてくれてる。
Oh, Ash.
本当のことを
It's
知
a
りたい
bold move.
正直に言えば俺は恐ろしいわ。
You and me both.
何か知ってはならないものに突き進んでいるような気がしてな。
もう遅いよ。じゃあね父さん。
Ah.
するよ。
Oh. Ooh.
アシュ、お前に言えなかったことが。
What?
エイジといることはお前にとってあまりに危険だ。彼はアキレスのかかとだ。このままではお前はいつかきっと。お前にもう一度チャンスをやろう。私は訳あってアメリカを離れねばならなくなった。
Ooh.
その間お前に部下たちの指揮権を与える。あの小僧を捕らえるのだ。手足はなくなっても構わん。だが絶対に殺すな。戻ったら真っ先に小僧に会いに行く。私がこの手で奴を絞め殺すのだからな。いよいよ戦争だ。お前たちも俺についたからにはもう後戻りはできねえと思え。
Oh
分かったか。
my.
今度こそ貴様の息の根を止めてやるぜ。アッシュ。
Oh, and we're on the train.
うわ気持ち悪い。あんなに飲むからだ。
Was that guy one of Golzin's men though? Oh!
あーバカ。こんなとこで吐くなよ。
Oh, and he didn't realize it was Ash. Oh, snap! The beautiful and damned. Oh, that's Fitzgerald for sure. Oh my gosh. Oh, this was the most chill episode of Banana Fish, and in the last 5 minutes, it's like, oh my gosh. Okay. That's a lot. So that was so low key. We needed that. After we needed a breather after episode 10. As calm as that was, it's such a tragic episode too, because we see what could be, you know? We see what could be between these two characters, and from Arthur's statement in the last 5 minutes, he's like, we're about to go into war. Like, Golzine, man, Ash Big Brain just draining the accounts, moving stuff around to get Golzine out of the picture for a while, which is good because Golzine's at the point of furious where he's not even mad. He's just like calmly like, just bring him to me and I'll strangle him with my own hands. Arthur is gathering up all his men, which one of them just got stabbed by him at the end, just so quietly. But yeah, there's about to be a war, and Max being the most foreboding character, and I don't think he's wrong. Eiji is literally Ash's weakness. Like, Eiji is, and I have a feeling he said that boy's gonna get you killed, and I'm like, oh, don't say such things, Max. I know you didn't say it, but that's what you were implying. That Eiji is a problem in terms of Ash is totally weak to him, and he's been held as bait. Like, granted, Shorter was the kind of buffer before, where if it had just been Ash and AJ, I think Ash would have died. Like, Shorter was there as a buffer between the two of them. Shorter was the scapegoat, and now that Shorter's gone, there's not really anybody else between Ash other than like Max and eBay. Which I'm pondering what Max was thinking. Like, is he going to try to just get AG away with eBay and be like, you need to leave now? I don't know. Max is really super ominous in this episode because he seems to be worried for Ash. The Ash is in way over his head. And Ash is super smart. Like, that was a bold move doing all that money transfer. But after, it was like just a 1-over. But that has me really worried because now Golzine's like, just do whatever you want. I don't consider Arthur very competent, but Arthur's reckless enough to do something really stupid that's going to hurt people and not care that he hurts people. He doesn't have finesse at all. So that concerns me. eBay concerns me. We didn't get anything out of Dragon Moon, anything out of Dr. Meredith. Charlie was only there for a little bit. It worries me because the cops clearly are all in Golzine's pocket, and I wonder if I don't think Arthur's going to exploit that because he's a gang member himself. But this episode was so sad because, yeah, like The Beautiful and the Damned, and I'll talk about the title next week, but just seeing what could be between these two characters, the Ash and Eiji being happy and having this like small conversation and talking about their families and their childhood, like it's so sweet. And then we cut back to the hard reality that, yeah, that's just a fantasy. Like, we can buy this beautiful condo that's $8 million in cash. We can buy this condo, put up shop here, but it's all an illusion. Like, the reality is you're dealing with the mafia right now, and there's not going to be these happy moments like this to come. So I feel like this episode was so ominous because it's so happy. And I'm like, this show, I know how this show is. It's not giving us a nice, calm episode like this ever. So I was like on my guard the whole time. Like, is somebody going to just snipe them from the windows? Is something going to happen? And it didn't. We get this nice moment between these two characters and we get to build their relationship. And the fact that Ash can let down his guard completely around Eiji and cry in front of him, and Eiji doesn't judge him, he doesn't think any less of him. It's so powerful and beautiful, but at the same time, oh man, I feel like Banana Fish threw us a bone. Like, here's some happiness. Get ready, we're about to take it all away. Like, so yeah, that was a nice episode. I feel like it was really needed. Next episode is the halfway point. How did we get here already? How did we get halfway here already? We're halfway through next episode, so I'm really curious. We're gonna be. I feel good at the end of this episode. I feel good. That guy getting stabbed. I was afraid that guy was like gonna go after Ash, but Ash was quicker than him. I feel good leaving this episode. And that makes me worried. Like, what are you doing, Banana Fish? Giving me this false sense of security. But yeah, so I'm wondering if we're going to get Dragon Moon. They mentioned 2 gangs that were neutral. Most of the gangs are with Arthur, and then there's Ash's gang, and then there's Sing's gang with the Chinese, and then there's 2 neutral gangs. So I wonder if we're going to see them, what we're going to get with that. But, man, y'all, this was a much needed episode, but now I'm nervous. So why not? Of course I am. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the reaction. Please feel free to comment down below. Please no spoilers. And in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and I'll be back next week with episode 12 of Banana Fish. Bye.